Hello and welcome to Rail and Rail Enthusiast, and another one in our series of Along the Railway Line. And this time I'm visiting the Abbey Line. And today I'm at the fantastic Bricket Wood. And you can find Bricket Wood between Howwood and Garston. The following information is courtesy of the excellent Bricket Wood Station Trust website from an article by Michael Corn. Possibly opening at the same time as the line in 1858, the station would only have 4 trains in each direction every day except Sunday. This was swiftly increased in June of the same year, including 2 trains on a Sunday. Due to the relocation of the nearby Park Street station in August 1858, Bricket Wood was closed for a time, except for picnics and other excursions. However, it soon reopened again in 1861 due to pressure from local residents. As far as buildings go, this photo shows a singular wooden building. This included a gents' toilet, seen without the canopy. It had a small siding with a small turntable. The station would be inundated with visitors by the end of the 19th century as the fair at the nearby Woodside became popular. This photo shows the huge number of passengers exiting the station in 1895. The popularity meant that Bricket Wood would get a new station building made of brick with a lovely canopy on the platform side. Also included were a booking office, general waiting room and ladies and gents toilets, and the platform was also extended. A passing loop and platform at Bricket Wood were created in 1912, the loop being shown in this photo from 1953. A metal overbridge and 18-lever signal box were also added. The first photo from 1914 shows how busy the station would get, and this view from 1947 shows the 2 platforms. It was so well looked after that it won the Best Kept Station Award on several occasions. The fairs continued to be popular up to the 1920s, but declining attendance and the sale of the land meant that they ceased in 1929. This unfortunately started the gradual decline in passenger numbers visited the station, but it found a new lease of life by being used in such films as Victoria the Great and Night of the Demon, and in the 1960s it will be used in TV shows including The Saint. Despite the fall in passenger numbers, service frequency was still good in the 1950s and early 1960s, with just over 30 return trips on a weekday and more at the weekend. However, the Beeching Report of 1963 would recommend the line for closure, and it was only due to public pressure that the line remained open. This didn't stop a radical change in the line structure, however, with the passing loop and goods facilities removed and the signal box demolished by the end of 1966. The second platform was demolished a little time later. The main building was bricked up by the mid-1970s and the station, like the majority on the line, became a halt. The station would remain the same until 2017, when a Heritage Trust for the station was set up. Its goal was to renovate and reopen the station as a tea room, making the building sound and enhancing it to look as good as in its heyday. Help would come from the Railway Heritage Trust, Community Rail Network, Abbey Line Community Rail Partnership, Abbey Flyer Users Group and London North Western Railway. Much progress has been achieved, and as we shall see now, it is another great example of a community rail project succeeding with hard work and dedication. Well, the first thing to say is, absolutely stunning the way that this has been looked after. Look at, I do always say it, people say, it makes them laugh, but clean brickwork does make a station. There's no point in having dirty brickwork. So there you are, there's clean brickwork. But apart from that, it looks like you're stepping back in time. It's a fantastically well looked after station. I mean, look at the chimneys, the valance. Go down there, that's obviously where a little bit of coal might have been done. I'll be finding out in a little while because I've got a meeting with the representatives of the Abbey Line Community Rail Partnership in a moment, and hopefully I'll be able to get a lot more information about the line and their future prospects and what they've been doing. But from what I've seen at the moment, it really is fantastic. I mean, obviously you've seen the first 2 videos, the first 3 videos I should say, before I got to this point. Now let's go through a little bit and let's go a little bit modern now by saying overhead wires, they wouldn't have been here when this station was built, and obviously this direction of travel board wouldn't have been here either. An emergency telephone. But let's now walk out onto the platform, and I'm going to turn to my right first, I think. There's a little way marker. And in front of that way marker, the Abbey Line trail, which you know, I really wanted to promote today. It does look like a fantastic walk, and I may come back and do it in the future, but at the moment it's just so wet. But the way the summer's now going, give it a couple of weeks and it might be okay. And there's some more information. Oh, I'm a bit dark. And some more information boards there. And there, wooden fencing. I wouldn't think of anything less. Fantastic. Nicely well painted up there. The onward travel information board. No station is complete without one of those. And some fairly new benches have been put in as well by the look of it. They don't look too old. And a feature of the line are obviously these planters done by the Abbey Line Community Rail Partnership. What I will say is this platform is incredibly wide. Part of me feels that there was a secondary line here, and I know that there was meant to be a passing loop, or a proposed passing loop around here somewhere, but I would have thought that would have been on the right hand side, so I'll just wait and see what that's going to do. But I would imagine there could have been, and obviously I've probably said this now in the history, another platform the other side there. Wouldn't have surprised me at all, or at least a passing loop. There's a sign there warning me not to go any further, so this platform is only up to this point, as signified by the car stop symbol. But if I just lean slightly over the yellow line here, point the camera just over there, you can see a quite straight run down underneath two bridges, which is quite picturesque. Okay, let's follow on down a little bit further now. Oh, sorry, I missed this, didn't I? Oh, that was a bit silly. There's a bike rack. There was also quite a small car park if you went outside, but I'll do a little bit more exterior shots later on. Right, let's go to the left-hand side of that entrance point, and before we look at this lovely canopy, which I was pointing up with at the start of that shot, there's some helpful information about Bricket Wood, saying that you need to buy a ticket from the ticket machine. And there is a conventional help point and one of these new style LED displays, but as you can see I'm going underneath this beautiful canopy now. Lovely green colouring there, and I do like these original, oh not original, but original-esque signages here. Really make a difference to the overall feel of the station. There's a little notice board here, London North Western Railway. And then it's the countryside around Bricket Wood. Let's see if I can get that without shining on it. There we go. And we'll be going in there in a moment. That's the Bricket Wood tea rooms. Bricket Wood signage, and there's your ticketing machine. Another piece of information here about Bricket Wood Station. Unfortunately, the reflections aren't doing me any favours. Let's see if we can get it without the reflection on. There we go. These lovely benches here, giving this station an overall feel of a time period where rail travel was in its heyday. And carrying on down, new style seating there, and another planter which is down the bottom here. A view down the line towards Watford Junction, which is all the way a few miles down there, after a few more stations it is. So yes, I mean, what can you say? It's fantastic, look at it. It's a lovely little station, looking resplendent, and of course having a tea room in it ensures that it's going to be there for years to come, and it looks like it's being used by the local community, which is what it's all about, and it keeps their station alive. Otherwise, this would just be demolished and it would just be a single platform. Nothing wrong with that. It would be, still a station for the community, but what a lovely thing for the locals to come and visit. So, and it's not very far out of London either. That's the best thing, because it being so close to London, you could easily just come out here, stop here, go in, have the tea rooms, then go up to the top, visit St Albans Abbey, and then perhaps come back here and get off, have another cup of tea before you're way on back up into London. Anyway, enough of me rabbiting on. Let's see some more details. Okay, looking at that side again, see more information here about the tea rooms, which we'll be investigating in a little bit. There's some nice old furniture up there, and another little notice board. And there's some nice planters out here as well, which really brighten it up. All in all, quite a stunning renovation. One historical building of note next to the station is the late 1950s atom bomb-proof control bunker, built because it was felt to be the right distance away from London to survive an attack. It would have taken over control of the railway from London Euston. In total, only 5 out of a planned 25 were constructed, and this example is only one of 2 left, the other being in Bertisland in Scotland. The tea rooms are the start of this renovation, of course. You will be able to find cakes, hot and cold snacks, which include some wonderful toasties, and of course hot and cold drinks. The service by the friendly and helpful staff is superb. But the attention to detail in the space is second to none. The tables and chairs are of period, and some of the lighting is original. Flooring and walls have been matched to help the room back to how it would have been seen in the 1920s. The walls are adorned with historical photographs detailing the station and surrounding area. Sure, it's now one big area instead of being several smaller rooms, but that makes sense. Again, it goes without saying that this is a fabulous renovation and one which is not to be missed. The statistics for Bricket Wood are that it opened in 1858. It currently at time of filming has 1 train per hour in each direction, with extra services during the peak times. And the entry and exit figures for 2022-2023 were 21,708. Well, I don't really need to say too much about this fabulous station. I mean, I've done it already. It's a very well run community station. With the tea rooms, it's going to be here for a very long time, and it's a credit to everyone who's got involved to get that up and running. And the station itself is very well kept. It's very clean, very tidy, and the station signage is fantastic and adds of the period. Full marks to everyone involved, including the community and the Abbey Line Community Rail Partnership. For the enthusiast, it's not about the trains, obviously. It's coming here and seeing this fantastic station, which has been very well kept and looked after. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment and subscribe. And if you can, get out there, get on the railway and see where it takes you. Thanks very much for watching.